As you can see, we are quite excited because we have had Jaime to return home to his family, and the family is excited about it. So let us start with the celebratory mood. All right, thank you. Friends, this case is an exemplar, if you will. It is an exemplary example of why we need comprehensive immigration reform. It's such because this is about more than the border and what's happening at the border. This case gives us reason to understand that there are families that are involved and families are suffering. This case allowed us, as a result of Mr. Avalos being banned from the country for some 10 years, allowed us to reunite a father with his child, baby Noah, a husband with his wife, Yariana, and a mother with her son. So it's about more than simply saying we need a wall or there's a border that has problems. It's about families within the country who need help as well. Briefly, Mr. Avalos was a person who was law-abiding. He decided that he was going to do the right thing. He was going to go to the consulate in Mexico on advice of a lawyer, had an appointment, and this was to be a turnaround trip. He was going there simply to ask for permission to return to the country with a proper visa. It was discovered that he had been brought into the country at the age of about 7 years, and as a result of having been brought into the country, Mexico, from the United States at the age of 7 years, he was banned from coming back into the country because his initial entry into this country occurred when he was at about the age of 1. His mother brought him here out of love for her son and other reasons as well. Took him back to register his adoption. Well, that created a serious issue for us. And when it was called to my attention, their lawyer, who is here today, who has done an outstanding job in representing this family, Attorney Salim, I think she deserves an expression of love. Would you please, Attorney Salim? The lawyer helped me to better understand, quite frankly, the circumstance. And it had to be explained to me multiple times because it was hard to believe the facts. It was difficult for me to comprehend that he was being barred from the country because his mother took him out of this country to register his adoption. And by the way, it wasn't just difficult for me. When I explained this to many other people, they too had difficulty comprehending that these were the facts. But we persisted with explaining and making sure people understood the facts. I've gone to the consulate there in Juarez, Mexico twice. We were there on yesterday, and I want to compliment the consular and the consul general, those persons who are there, are part of the consular corps, for the outstanding work that they've done to help us with this cause. I want to thank the Secretary of State and the persons represented in that office, the persons who are associated with the Department of Homeland Security, but I especially want to thank the Biden administration because President Biden had nothing to do with the law that we are having to deal with, but he has done a lot to help people who have found themselves in awkward circumstances. So we want to thank President Biden today. Would you please, let's give President Biden a big expression for what he has done and what his administration has done to help with this family. So here we are. We have a family that's been reunited after some 6 months of being separated, a family that has suffered over this 6-month period because Yariana, the mother of baby Noah, could not sustain the family with her income alone. Even though she had help from her mother, who was the best babysitter she could possibly have, it just wasn't enough Mom had to do some things. So they had some difficult times. But they did make it through it. And we are proud that they are now reunited. And I will close with these things. Probably the thing that touched my heart the most about this were these things. The first was seeing baby Noah when we crossed that bridge going into Mexico, and he saw his father and the way he embraced his father. It warms your heart to see a child so engaged that that child recognizes the father immediately. Now, he's been separated from his father more than he's been with him. So this affords us the opportunity to have baby Noah in his father's, be with his father and have this baby cared for by mom and dad. As you can see, he's quite active. He likes to make his points, and he makes them very well. But it's a wonderful thing to know that Mr. Avalos is going to be in his child's life, be present with his child. And then there's one final thing that really touched me. When we appeared here in Houston last night, Jaime's mother gave me a hug that only a mother can give. If you've ever had that special hug that a mother can give when she's pleased about a circumstance, she's joyous, she's happy that something has happened that is meaningful to her as it relates to her child or her children, this was the hug that I received. And I will never forget that hug. I remember how my mother hugged me. And Miss, I want you to know, ma'am, that it touched my heart to have you give your hug and your expression. So if I may, I don't know whether this is going to do it, but we were hoping that this might be something that baby Noah might appreciate. Well, there you have it. Okay.